You know, I really like being out here so we can all cheer together. That's what I like, because we're all together.
From Thunder games to fireworks displays, the city of Moore is building small-town pride in a fast-growing city. We'll show you how, and later.
I couldn't be more pleased. I mean, to be able to accept this job when the city asked me about the job, to have the full support behind the firefighters behind me, I couldn't be in a better position.
Moore gets a new fire chief. We'll take a look at the storied career of retiring Chief Charles Stevens and get to know the man who will fill his shoes. Stay tuned. There are lots of ways to stay connected to the latest information from the City of Moore. The city offers a robust website at cityofmoore.com, providing information about every division of city operations, municipal government, and important announcements. For even more up-to-date info, check out the City of Moore's Facebook page, where postings are made daily and sometimes hourly. You can also get in-depth coverage of interesting community projects, events, and activities by watching Cox Cable Channel 20 and the Inside Moore and Moore Business Spotlight television shows. Both shows are also available on the city's website and the City of Moore YouTube channel. So log on, tune in, and stay connected. When the Oklahoma City Thunder were making their way through the finals, the City of Moore created a way for citizens to experience it as a community with a massive outdoor screen.
And it's really cool because there's like a big old blow-up thing, and then there's the thunder, and you can watch it. It's like a big old theater screen, and you can have fun with the playground.
Thundering up together with the community, getting out here and meeting new people and interacting with other Thunder fans.
You know, I really like being out here so we can all cheer together. That's what I like, because we're all together.
In fact, the City of Moore is looking for opportunities to bring everyone together and to cheer. That was definitely the case on July 4th, when this colossal fireworks display wowed the crowd.
It was just a tremendous show, and the comments from people were it was the best fireworks show ever. I mean, Facebook and emails and phone calls have been nothing but it's the best show they've ever seen. One comment was, I've lived in Moore for 35 years and it was the best show he's ever seen.
In fact, the July 4th celebration in the Heartland had record attendance with an estimated 20,000 people watching the fireworks display. If ever there was an event to bring the community together, this was it. And it was preceded the night before with a well-attended performance from country music legend Johnny Lee.
It's all worth it when you hear the applause of the crowd after the fireworks, or when somebody, my doctor posted on my Facebook page, just thanks for all that you do and thank you for an amazing show. And that just erases all of the, blood, sweat, and tears that was put into that event.
And that's put into most every major event hosted by the city and its partners. Throughout June, the Moore Public Library hosted a series of concerts in the park, allowing citizens to come together and listen to great live music at no cost.
I think the Parks and Rec Department continues to reach out to private industry and to local groups, and I can't say enough about the library. And yeah, we're just all one big team, and again, it's amazing what things can get done when people aren't worried about who gets the credit for it.
That dynamic is definitely true in Old Town Moore, where major events will get underway this fall.
The municipal government, the City of Moore, we have actually have people on our Old Town Association board that represent the city and work with us to have these activities. They help us coordinate the various activities, like we're getting ready for Big Wheel Nationals, and that's going to be held at the community center. So Parks and Recreation is very involved in that particular activity in helping us to host the Big Wheel Nationals.
Big Wheel Nationals involves tons of kids racing big wheels in one of the biggest competitions of its kind. It's another example of how the city is working within the community to provide fun ways to bring people together. It will be preceded in August with National Night Out, a program orchestrated by the Moore Police Department to bring people together and strengthen neighborhoods. Later in the fall, lots of festivals like the Red Ribbon Parade, Haunt Old Town, and the Culture Jam will get underway. And when the holidays arrive, Christmas in Old Town. All events that combine to give a big city like Moore small-town charm and community pride.
I think Moore as a community has a sense of pride in the people that live here, and the people are very caring. They pull together, whether it's the result of a tragedy like a tornado, or they pull together for a celebration like Art in the Park, Celebration in the Heartland. People just come together and have a good time, and I think that sense of community, that pride in the community is there, and I think that people are very proud of what we've become.
So while the Thunder didn't win the championship, they did offer one of many opportunities to celebrate something a bit longer lasting, a great community.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. They should do it more often.
The city of Moore is making significant headway in completion of Phase 2 of the new wastewater treatment plant. The facility, being built on the same location as the old treatment plant, is expected to go partially online near the end of the year. Wastewater flow into the plant will begin at this partially constructed building, where solids will be separated before sending the water to this massive new structure where it will be aerated and cleaned. The process will be completely enclosed, as opposed to the old outdoor aeration ponds that sometimes produced an undesirable smell. All of the new buildings come equipped with these powerful air scrubbers that actually clean the air before returning it to the environment, meaning no more smell. Before returning to streams and rivers, the water will pass through this building in the early stages of construction, where it will go through a new UV treatment process. Construction is also well underway on a new administrative building and high-tech control center to monitor the treatment process. Stay tuned to Inside Moore for more updates on the new wastewater treatment plant and other municipal construction projects taking place in the city of Moore. On June 29th, hundreds of people gathered at the Brand Senior Center in Moore to pay tribute to this man, Moore's fire chief for most of the last 2 decades. After nearly 18 years, he retired from the fire department, relinquishing the position of chief and leaving behind a legacy that can be seen anytime you drive around town. 3 brand new fire stations, including the new fire administration headquarters. You could say they were crowning achievements on an impactful career.
But it was quite a feat to get it done, and yeah, to take on as much as we did in these last few years, we probably pushed it to the limit. To build 3 stations at one time for any city of any size is quite a mouthful, you know. So we accomplished it, and I'm proud of it, and I think that citizens should be proud of it.
One person who's definitely proud of it is the new incoming chief, former Assistant Chief Gary Bird.
Chief Stevens accomplished so much in his time as fire chief, as 18 years. He revamped our training program. He instituted the fire marshals program here, the fire prevention program. He built the 3 new fire stations. He oversaw that. He got that accomplished. He had just accomplished so much. He's big shoes to fill.
But according to Chief Stevens, Gary Bird is just the man to fill those shoes. While medical issues led to Stevens' retirement a bit earlier than he would have preferred, The last decade has been training for his assistant in preparation for this day.
He's taught me basically everything I know about this position. You know, everything that I know about being a fire chief, I've learned from him.
But he's been on this department for about 28 years, I think. And the citizens ought to be very proud of him. They ought to feel confident in him. I know the department is very appreciative of him because changing the fire department doesn't go well. I mean, the firefighters, and I'm one, so I can say this, they like to know where they're at all times and who's in charge, who the boss is, and what's going to happen tomorrow. They don't like surprises. So when they saw what was happening to me, they were very grateful that we had Chief Byrd ready to move into my place, you know. And the transition has been very smooth, I think. And I think the city will see that it's a very good move.
As Chief Stevens passes the torch of leadership to his assistant, he can look back on 2 decades of fire protection that saw big changes for the city of Moore with the addition of 3 new stations. During that time, he also led the department's response to major events that impacted both Moore and all of Oklahoma.
I had been fire chief just about 6 months when the Murrah building happened. As a new fire chief, it just kind of caught me off guard. I was still trying to learn the ropes, as one would say. And then all of a sudden we see all this big event going on in Oklahoma City where the building had been destroyed and the explosion. Of course, I got immediately on the phone and called the chief at the time in Oklahoma City, and they were requesting all kinds of help, which is understandable. We gathered up what men we could and went to Oklahoma City immediately, and I went with them.
4 years later, Chief Stevens led the department's response to the biggest tornado in recorded history, the May 3rd, 1999 F6.
You know, it's just like I told CNN one night, it was just like a big monster. You know, it just looked evil, and it was evil. Of course, it wiped out, you know, like 800 homes in this city and 75 businesses. So, you know, here we are, a small department, and back in '99 we were just starting to move into some of our better equipment, and I was so thankful that we had it.
The '99 tornado was a turning point for Moore and the fire department. Chief Stevens began aggressive initiatives to make sure the department was prepared for major events in the future. But the biggest event to follow wasn't a storm, but a mass of new people moving into the city. In the early 2000s, Moore grew larger and faster than at any previous time in its history. The fire department had to grow with it, adding new firefighters and the new stations.
I never wanted to look back on today and say, well, I should have done this or I could have done that. So at the time I was coming up through my career, I gave it 100%. We've never, or I've never been accused of not willing to plow new grounds. We plowed some areas and did some things that other cities couldn't. Other cities told me couldn't be done, but yet we did it, and now they're doing it. So we always tried to stay a step ahead. We tried to be razor sharp on our skills and our objectives, and we tried to give these citizens the best, you know, fire protection and public service that we could.
It's something the new chief hopes to continue as he takes the reins.
I'm very happy to be fire chief for the city of Moore. I have full support of the firefighters. I have a letter from the union that they fully endorsed me as fire chief that they delivered to Mr. Eady, the city manager, and I couldn't be more pleased. I mean, to be able to accept this job when the city asked me about the job, to have the full support behind the firefighters behind me, I couldn't be in a better position.
And thanks to the hard work of Chief Stevens and now Chief Byrd, Moore's fire protection couldn't be in a better position either, which for the outgoing chief may be the best legacy of all.